Okay class, so it's week number 5, lecture number 20, and in last class we have started the topic area and arc length of a sector, right, in which we had discussed about the technique of area and perimeter. We say that area is our friend and easy to find, while perimeter is our enemy and it varies for every question. So continue with the same topic. In this question, first we need to find the area, right? Now you know that for area you need to subtract or addition, right? No specific requirement like perimeter. Now in your question, if you see that the portion that rises above is exactly equal the portion that is unshaded, right? These two areas are exactly equal. So in your mind, if I say that I switch this area over here, that means this portion is now shaded and that is unshaded, right? There is no shading. So it means that the shading part is now the semicircle only. So the area of semicircle is pi r squared divided by 2, and the radius is 28, right? So it will be 28 square multiplied by pi divided by 2 gives us the value of 1231.6. that is area, and unit is centimeter square, right? That is the area of this whole semicircle. Now moving on to the perimeter, we said that perimeter is the sum of all sides, and the next question is which sides. So you need to highlight the shaded boundaries. If I am going to highlight the shaded boundary, this is the shaded boundary, right? This is the shaded boundary, and this is the shaded boundaries. That means now we have three lengths, 1, 2, and then 3, the largest one. Now first I am going to find the arc length 1, right? This one. Now this shape is basically semicircle. The arc length is pi r, and the value of radius is not 28. 28 is the diameter of this smallest semicircle. So its radius will be 14. So it's 14 pi, right? And 14 pi is 44 centimeter. If we talk about arc length 2, so it will be same, it's also 44 centimeter, right? Same size of the semicircle, that means same arc length. And if you talk about arc length 3, now it will be different, right? Because this semicircle is a bigger one as compared to previous two. So the arc length 3 working formula is same, that is pi r, but the radius is changed. Now the value of radius is not 14, it will be 28. So it's 28 pi, that means 88 centimeter, right? So the final answer of the perimeter, that is sum of all sides, so it will be 44 plus 44 plus 88, right? So it will be 176 centimeter, that is the perimeter of this shape, right? That is the same thing that we had discussed in our last class. Moving on to the next part, that is the last part of question number 3. It's part D. So we have tried 3 questions. Now I recommend you to first try it by yourself. Whatever you think is right, you need to give it a try. Now first I talk about the area. For area, which shapes you can see. Now here we can see is a square. So first thing, area of a square is equals to length square, right? And length is 10 centimeter. So it's 10 square, that is 100 centimeter square. So 100 is basically the total area of this shape. Now these four, what shape is this? These are four quadrants, right? Now area of quadrant. Now you have the working formula. It's basically pi r square divided by 4. And how many quadrants we have? We have 4 quadrants, so we need to multiply it by 4. What is the radius of the quadrant? So the radius of the quadrant is 3.5. No need to divide it by 2. Now this 4 and this 4 cancel. We need to find 3.5 square multiplied by pi. So its value is 38.5. So area of quadrants are 38.5 centimeter square, right? So all 4 areas are 38.5. Now the last part, the shaded area. So shaded area is 100 minus 38.5. So it will be 100 minus 38.5 gives us a value of 61.5. The shade area is 61.5 centimeter square. Now you need to work for perimeter. So for perimeter, the first step, like always, you need to highlight the boundaries. If I highlight the boundaries, so there are 4 arc lengths that needs to be highlighted first, right? So without any further thinking or talking, we need to find the arc length of these 4 arc lengths. So basically a shape is quadrant, so arc length working formula of a quadrant is pi r divided by 2. And how many lengths we have? We have 4 lengths. The radius is 3.5, right? So you need to simplify 2 times 1, 2 times 2. 2 multiplied by 3.5, it's 7 multiplied by 3.142, it's 22. So the arc length of all these 4 quadrants is 22 centimeter. If you look closely, then you will see that this length is also the part of perimeter, right? It also the boundary of the shaded part. Now the question is, how we find this length? Now this length indicates that it's 3.5, means that it's also 3.5, and this one is also 3.5. So 3.5 plus 3.5, it's basically 7, right? So if I subtract 7 from 10, it gives me a value of 3. That means this length is 3, 3, 3, and then 3. How many 3's we have? We have 4 3's, that means 12. So you need to add 12 in those arc lengths. So 22 plus 12, it's 34 centimeter, and that is the perimeter of this shape, right? So like I've told you that perimeter is like an enemy. You have to think in every question. The strategy of area is quite same in this entire topic, that you need to subtract those areas to find the area of the shaded one. Now moving on to the next question, it's question number 4 from the same book number 2 from the same exercise. Now in this question you need to find only the area, not the perimeter, so it's a sigh of relief. Now you need to find the area first, identify the shapes. You can see here a square and you can see a circle as well. Any other shape? No. there are two shapes. Now the area of a square is length square, and length is what? 56, so it's 56 square. And if you find the value of 56 square, so it's 3136. That is the area of a square. How many circles we have? There are 4 circles, so working formula is pi r square, and since there are 4 circles, we need to multiply by 4. Now the question is, what is the radius? If you think that it's 28, then congratulations, you are wrong. Why? Now listen, this total length is 56, right? That means this length is 28 and this length is 28. Agree? Right. So the diameter is 28, it means that the radius is 14. So you need to solve it. It's 14 square multiplied by pi multiplied by 4, because there are 4 circles. So it's 2463. 2463.33. After that you need to find the area of the shaded portion, so it will be just a subtraction of these two, right? 2463.33, so it will be 672.672. That is the area of the shaded region with the unit centimeter square, right? So easy question. Why it is easy? Because no need to find the perimeter, as it is not asked in the question. So moving on to the next part of the same question, we need to find the area of the shaded portion. Without doing anything, just observe the question and first highlight the shape. In this question, I can see that there is a circle and there are some semicircles. Now you have done the most important step. Now you need to write the working formula only. Now the working formula for circle is pi r square, and working formula for a semicircle is pi r square divided by 2. Now the radius of a circle, right? The radius of a circle is 3.5, and the radius of a semicircle is 3.5 divided by 2. That means 1.75. Now how many semicircles we have? So we have 4 semicircles, so we need to multiply it by 4. So 2 times 1, 2 times 2. Okay, we need to solve it with the help of calculator. First, this part, 3.5 square multiplied by pi, it's 38.5. So area of circle is 38.5 centimeter square, and area of 4 semicircles, so it's 1.75 square multiplied by pi and multiplied by 2. So it's 19.24. And the area of shaded part, we need to simply subtract it. 38.5 minus 19.24. So the answer is 19.24 or 25. That is the area of shaded portion, right? So in every question I am following the same strategy, and I recommend you to do the same. First, write the name of the shapes that you are observing in your figure, and then write their working formulas. So you will have a better idea how to continue your question. Now moving on to the next question, it's part C, right? So it will be good if you try this question by yourself, so you have an idea how you are going to solve the question. Now the first thing, if I ask you which shape exactly you are observing in this question. See this pattern here, So you can see that the downward part is basically same as this upward part, right? So I am just going to focus on this part and then multiply it by 2 for area only, right? So for now I'm just considering this part, this portion only. And if I highlight this portion, so what shapes I'm observing here? So basically there are two semicircle, right? Semicircle and semicircle. Why I write 2 times? Because the radius is different. So semicircle larger and semicircle smaller. Working formula is pi r square divided by 2, same pi r square divided by 2. Now, for the larger semicircle, the radius is 14, and for the smaller semicircle, the radius is 7. Right? So, if you simplify it, so 14 square is 196 multiplied by pi and divided by 2. So, it's 308 centimeter square. On the right side is 7 square 49 multiplied by pi and divided by 2, so it's 77, right? So if you subtract 77 from 308, it will be 231, right? Now that means that 231 is basically the area of this part. Similarly, 231 will be area of the bottom portion. So the final answer is 231 multiplied by 2, that is equals to 462 centimeter square, right? So only area was unknown in this question, no need to find the perimeter. So moving on to the next part, that is part D of the same question. Now it will be good if you give it a try first. So first step, like always, I have told you that which shapes you can observe here. So if I am write down, so I observe that there are some semicircles, like some are large semicircles, some semicircles are small, and I also see the rectangle here, right? Now I just need to apply the working formula. For larger semicircle I prefer this one and this one, right? So working formula is pi r square divided by 2, and I need to multiply it by 2 because there are two semicircles. So 2 and 2 cancel each other, and the radius of the semicircle is 24, right? 48 divided by 2. For the smaller semicircle I prefer this one and this one, right? These two I prefer. Now area of a small semicircle, it's pi r square divided by 2, and like the larger one there are two small semicircles as well, so we need to multiply it by 2, right? And the radius of the small semicircle, since the diameter is 14, so the radius is 7, right? So 2 and 2 cancel each other, and then the area of rectangle. Now that is your rectangle, right? So its area is 48 multiplied by 14. Now you need to solve this equation. 24 square is 576 pi plus 7 square is 49 pi plus 48 into 14 is 672 pi. Now what we are going to do, first we add area of these two semicircle and area of rectangle. So when I add all these areas, this portion will be added, right? This whole portion will be added.
or you can say that we have the area of this yellow portion. Now what we need to do, we need to subtract the area of this semicircle and subtract the area of this semicircle. So when I am going to add area of semicircle, that is 576 pi plus area of rectangle, that is 672, right? 48 times 14, yes, 672. And then you need to subtract the area of these two semicircles, the small one, that is 49 pi. Now you need to expand pi. So 576 times, or you can say 576 minus 49, because both have pi's, it's 527 pi plus 672. Now 527 multiplied by 3.142, it's 1655.8 plus 672 gives you the value of 2328. That is the area of the shaded region, right? So what I had done, first I add the area of this semicircle and area of this semicircle, right? And then I add the area of rectangle. So in short, I got the whole area of this whole figure. Then I need to eliminate these two semicircles because they are unshaded. So that's how we find the area of the shaded region. Now moving on to the next question. It's question number 5. The radius of a circular pond is 12 meter. So you have a circular pond whose radius is 12 meter. So that is 12, right? Grass grows around the pond 2 meters away from its edge. Find in terms of pi. Now the grass grows 2 meters away from this edge, means that it is 2 meters away from its edge, right? So you can say that there is another circle, right, like this. Sorry, it is not equal from all the sides, but I am giving you an idea. So this is 2 meters from all sides, right? Okay. Find in terms of pi means that your answer should be in terms of pi. No accurate answer. The circumference of the circle forming the outer edge of the grass. Outer edge means this one. So first thing, you need to find the radius from this point till this point. Now look closely. From the center till the inner circle, you have a radius of 12 as mentioned, and this extra portion has 2 centimeter. That means from the center till the outer circumference, the radius is 14, and you need to find out the circumference. Now the working formula of circumference or perimeter, they both are same regarding the circle. It's 2 pi r. That is the circumference of a circle. Now 2 pi and the value of radius is 14. So answer is 28 pi. No need to solve pi, as it says give your answer in terms of pi, right? Next part. The area of the land between the pond and the outer edge. Now it's asking regarding this middle area, right? So how you are going to find this? It's very simple. Area of shaded is equals to area of outer minus area of inner, right? So the outer area has a radius of, working formula is pi r square, minus area of inner is pi r square. Outer radius is 14 and inner radius is 12. So 14 square is 196 pi minus 12 square is 144 pi. Now you need to subtract 196 and 144, it's 52 pi. And that is your answer, because the question says give your answer in terms of pi, so that is 52 pi answer. Now moving on to the next question, that is question number 6. It's from the same book. So the question says John decides to paint this figure on his driveway in yellow with black lines. Find the area of the shaded region that he will paint. So you need to find the area of the shaded region, right? So if I ask you what shape you are watching or what shape are present in this diagram, so first instant all of you will say circle, but once you said it's a circle, how you will define this piece? What is the shape of this piece, because you have said that this is circle, right? So we will be stuck at this point. Now I will say that we have a semicircle. Now what is the benefit? I say that we have a semicircle, this one, right? And then the leftover part is basically a rectangle. So you have semicircle plus rectangle, right? We need to find the shaded portion. So area of semicircle is pi r square divided by 2 plus area of rectangle is length multiplied by width. Now the area for the radius of semicircle, the diameter is 4, that means radius is half of 4, that is 2. So radius is 2. And if you see area of rectangle, so it's 4 by 5, right? Length multiplied by width. So 2 square is 4, so it's 4 pi divided by 2 plus 4 5s are 20. So that will be 2 pi plus 20, right? Now 2 multiplied by pi, it's 6.284 plus 20, so that is equals to 26.284 centimeter square. That is the area of the figure. In next part it says that total length that he will paint with black paint. Okay, so for total length I am going to highlight the lengths, the first, second, third, and then the arc length. Now he cannot have the access to paint this one, right? It's like the first shape is engraved in the second one, right? So he cannot color this line. So what you need to do, you need to find the arc length of semicircle. Do you know the working formula? If you know the working formula, it's good. If you don't know the working formula, then I recommend you to learn all the working formula. The more quick you learn the working formulas, the more easily you can do the questions. Now the arc length of semicircle, it's pi r, right? And the value of radius is 2, so arc length is 2 pi, or it will be 6.284. Now we need to add up all the length, so it will be 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 6.284. So 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 6.284 is 16.284 plus 4 is 20.284 centimeter, and that is the perimeter, or you can say the shaded boundaries. right? Okay, now after this question I give you one example question. It's not in the book. Let's suppose that you have a circle and its radius is 7 centimeter, and you have a triangle inside the circle, right? You need to find out the area of shaded region. That is your question. All shaded except the triangle, and the dimensions of triangle is that it is a 90 degree, and this length is 3 and this length is 2. So you need to find shaded area. Now first thing, before finding the shaded area, highlight the shapes. Now you have a circle and you have a triangle. Now area of a circle is pi r square. Pi r is 7 square, so it's 49 pi. And if you multiply 49 with 3.142, it's 154. So area of whole circle is 154 centimeter square. Now area of triangle is 1 upon 2 base multiplied by height. Now base is 3 and height is 2. Now 2 and 2 cancel each other, so area of a triangle is 3 centimeter square. Now the shaded area. So shaded area is basically area of a circle, that is 154, minus area of a triangle 3 is equals to 151 centimeter square. So why I explain you this example at the end? Basically I am telling you the key to solve all the question. When you need to find the shaded area, the first step is always write the name of the shapes that you can observe in the figure. The next step is to write their working formulas, substitute values and find their answer. And then you need to realize how can you find the shaded area. So in this case we just need to subtract these two areas to find the shaded area, right? So that is enough for today's class. Inshallah in next class we are going to start these sectors. Make sure that when you will come in next, or when you listen the next online lecture, all of you must have learned all the working formulas, right? So I am going to sign off right now. See you next class. Take care and Allah Hafiz.